you guys just had the better game plan and you implemented it to a T. Can you talk about the team's ability to maybe put your vision onto the field on game and execute?
I think first of all we have to talk about the fact that we play a very good team. A team that was coming from playing very well. Our coach has been doing great in the league, so we knew the challenge was going to be big, and it required for us to play together, to stick with the plan, to make sure that we were organized and disciplined. And overall, the guys did a fantastic job to be able to get a very good result for us, and what I can say, a complete match for our players.
When you talk about sticking to a plan, how have you seen the group maybe evolve both in, I guess, their ability to buy into the system and implement the systems that you've tried to convey to them from game 1 and 2 to now?
I would say more than from game 3, the discipline has been very good. I think against Dallas we had a very good match. I think we progressed match by match, and then coming back home, at home with our fans, that extra energy, and more work, done. I think is showing that the guys, are advancing, are progressing, are working for each other. And as a coach, I'm content to see that. And the important part is that everyone on the team has to be ready when it's called to be able to participate.
In terms of, like you said, kind of game 3 on, you've seen that incremental improvement to get you to that New York game. What do you think maybe wasn't working as well in game 1 and game 2 that has shifted?
No, I think what I propose, maybe we're not ready yet, and maybe we'll jump a little bit the phases of what we need to do prior to getting there. And I think even though we looked at some moments very good, I think if you look at the game against the Galaxy, there were moments at the beginning of the match, and in some time in the second half that we looked very good. And the games, we were there in the game. The same with New York Red Bulls. Practically the beginning of the second half, it was ours. But the demand of what was asked to the players, I think we were not ready yet. And then we have to progress one step at a time. And I think we showed it against Dallas. The discipline, the work as a team, and the guys being able to do fantastic, from that point on.
What have you thought about the chemistry? How's the chemistry of the team moving along? And I bet being able to win a couple of matches, you're allowed to say, "Hey, I told you so." Buy in, guys.
When you win, it helps because it's a better environment. It gives you the realization that we're on the right path, and unites the group a lot more. But the important thing also is to continue to advance, not to relax, not to understand. Better said, that not because we had now some success, we can just cruise. Now is the moment that we need to step it up, do better, work harder, because we still need to improve.
Coach, what did you think? Merritt Paulson had sent out a tweet saying, "I don't think I believed in the game plan," but after he saw the result, he believes you now. What do you think when he says something like that, when your boss does?
First of all, I don't retweet, so I didn't see what he wrote. But for me, I'm doing a job. I'm here. I'm passionate about this job. I'm very content to be with this club. This club has a great culture, great fans. So I'm very content to be here working, and we try to go game by game, making sure that we give the best that we can from our players, from ourselves, the staff, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
You inherited a team that was really used to playing pretty much one formation, the 4-2-3-1, and you've been much more flexible. You've had a lot of different ideals. You've tried to implement it, and formations you've been willing to change game to game. How do you take a team that's maybe not used to being that flexible and get them to a point where they can have a performance against New York that they did?
I've been seeing a team that can adapt from the 4-3-2-1 to the 4-4-2 that we play this week, 4-4-1-1, whatever you want to call it. I've seen the guys being disciplined, know how to adapt, thinking, understanding more the principles, because it doesn't matter the system that you play. What it matters is the principles of the game and what we want from our players. And I think they have understood it, and we still need to continue to develop and grow and be better. But I see a team that is very adaptable, very smart in the sense of understanding what is being asked, and they perform in a perfect way this past match.
And in terms of just the buy-in, you talked about a little bit how winning helps. Do you think that's helped in terms of the mentality of the group and how much they believe in the style and system?
Of course, because when you win, things are always easier. you can work in fixing things in a better way because it's a better environment, better mood. The losing is better for the coaches to understand because you go deeper in why this is happening. But in the win, when you win, the environment becomes more positive, better, and it's in some way reassures that we're on the right path.